Yay!
And we are
Yay.
live. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good good morning if you're on the other side of the Atlantic. Good evening to everybody
What
this
up?
side of the Atlantic. And good tomorrow to people in Australia if you're watching from Australia. Just in case, covering all bases and time zones mostly. You are very welcome to Beyond Horizon's Edge, and I'm Jacqueline, your dungeon master, and I am joined this evening, as always, but for actually not for a while actually, a full roster, as Emma, Eilish, Richard, and Kat are here this evening. Now, you would think that with a full roster, I would take the opportunity to continue the story and the campaign and finally get us, you know, back on track with what
No.
about that deep, dark hole that the group descended into a month and a half ago? Well, you're going to have to wait another 2 weeks because, and I don't know if you can see my T-shirt on screen, but it
You got a
I got a
t-shirt?
T-shirt
I love
Wow.
and
t-shirts.
love a good T-shirt, and it's a really nice T-shirt as well. Um, this week for the next 4 nights, D8 Dungeon are raising money for the Irish Cancer Society. And through your donations, we are hoping to reach our goal of €1,000 by the end of the week. Now, I can just tell you that there is a secret goal that the players have been made aware of. That if we do break that goal and we reach €2,500, I promised every D8 dungeon player a level. And as we all know, I am ridiculous with my leveling up of characters. I really only do it for charity now. Actually, I think the last time,
Yeah.
the last time the level was given out was nearly a year ago. So, you know what to do. But the goal is €1,000. We would love to raise as much money as we possibly can. And over the next 4 nights, all of our streams are dedicated to working with the Irish Cancer Society and raising money for them. And tonight, our episode of Beyond Horizon's Edge, the Solstice spectacle, is a fully canon event. This is taking place before the main campaign. It might be to do campaign, who knows? But through your donations, you are going to be able to influence the outcome. So for as little as €3, you can give inspiration to a player around the table, and going on upwards up to about €20, I think, is our. I will quickly run you through our incentives. Um, so for €3, you can give inspiration, and a player on the table will have an extra D6 at their disposal. You can give either advantage or disadvantage to a player for €5, and somebody has already donated €20 to give the players uh, advantage. So, and they stressed advantage, so that was nice. For €10, you can reward or punish me. So you can give
Yeah.
me advantage or disadvantage for €10. You'll note that previously that €5 was the DM as well, but based on previous D8 Dungeon charity streams, people mostly spent €5 to give me disadvantage on everything. So
Yeah.
I decided the best way to use that was to up the ante, and it's 10 quid. If you don't want to punish or reward me for €10, you can cast Wild Wild Magic for €10, and we will roll in your honor on a D100 table, and some absolutely ridiculous magic will erupt around the players, and they'll have to deal with that. For €15, uh, you can roll on a monster table and a d20, and a random monster will appear, and the party will have to
That's
deal with it.
new.
That's a new one, but it is tied to our spectacle. So €15
Okay.
gets you a monster roll, and For €20, you can give a power nap to a player, and they get the effects of a long rest. So those are your rewards this evening. That is what is on offer. But all proceeds raised tonight go directly to the Irish Cancer Society, and I will be monitoring the donations as they come in. So if I happen to miss one and you're watching us live, then just let me know in chat if you have picked up a reward and we might have missed it. So you can always let us know that way. Okay. I think we'll dive right into it. I think that's the best way to kind of get things going. And this adventure, as I said, takes place somewhat before our main campaign, almost 15 years before the main campaign. Diarra, Annam, Mooney, and Redmond have established themselves as not only skilled members of the Summerkeep Guild, not only reliable members, but almost placeholders within the guild. While some of Byron's proteges have chosen to up and leave Canuck and pursue adventure off the island of Inishdarug, for our four heroes, Canuck and the halls of the Summerkeep Guild have been your home. And there's a comfort in the routine, and there's a comfort in the familiar four walls of the Summerkeep Guild. And while numbers may be dwindling, there is still some semblance of interest within, and the intake of new recruits is down, but there is still a trickle every year. As I said, it's for most of you. You've been here a solid 3 or 4 years at this point, and I think the stream title. Yeah, thanks, Horseboy. Yeah, we noticed things where we noticed just as we went live, and we're like, damn it, we did the thing where we did the thing again. But thank you. We will take care of that when we move it over to the VOD. But thank you for the notice. As another evening in the Summerkeep Guild atop the hill of Doe in Canuck rolls in, what are Redmond, Mooney, Annam, and Diarra doing? It's late spring, early summer, and it is that kind of evening where the kind of the day has dragged its feet a little bit. What is everybody up to?
Minnie has taken books from the library and she is feeding them to the animals. Yeah.
Give me an animal handling check, Mooney.
Hell yeah. Animal handling +5. Oh, 12.
Yeah, most of the animals are completely uninterested in the collection of books that you have at your disposal. However, several goats have gathered round you. And yeah, as you tear into the De Monte sisters collection of romantic novels, yeah, you can kind of hear a bit of a commotion coming from the village. Like nothing, like it's not screams or crying around like that, but there's a bit of a commotion happening. Adam, what are you doing at this moment?
Richard.
I think he's frozen.
Sorry, my button or my Skype or something frozen. I couldn't unmute myself. I think Annam is taking care of the busy work that he tends to do around the guild. Currently, probably just like repairing the weapons and stuff that people would use on a daily basis, working away in the forge, which he's absolutely not very good at and has taught himself. And I think he's come into the kind of place where everything he does is wrong, but he gets the right answer.
That's terrifying.
We're so well conditioned, our little group.
Give me. I mean, have smith tools?
Yes, I'm proficiency in them.
That's somehow even worse. You can give me a roll. You can give me a roll with your proficiency bonus for your as you're using your smith's tools to. We'll see just kind of how you're getting on.
Oh, 21.
Okay. Yeah, it's that 2 + 2 = 26, and you know how or why, but it works. And you are. A strange thought occurs to you at this point, Adam. You've noticed that Byron has been kind of employing the use of sort of reinforced with magic kind of logs as like dummies for sword practice and arrow practice and stuff like that. And a thought occurs to you that you could just as easily, you know, build a handful of dummies, and over the course of, you know, the parts could be easily swapped in and out, particularly with gear that is beyond repair. And again, you make a note that like dummies could be built different ways. They could even be built to look like people. And a funny thought kind of occurs to you about making a Byron-shaped training dummy, but it's for a later day, as you kind of notice that the sun is setting, and you have a clear view of the horizon from the forge, and kind of as you kind of put your tools down, you also you can kind of hear. You hear a bit of a racket coming from the village beyond. Redmond and Diara, what are your tasks? What are you doing in the guild?
I think Redmond is going to try find any written reports on him to give to Cat to feed to the goats. So he's looking for kind of like any homework he's handed in, or grades being sent, or any of that kind of thing.
Okay. So you're kind of more or less breaking into Byron's office to get a hold of your permanent record, effectively.
Yeah, which is probably neatly in one folder.
Or in one cabinet dedicated specifically to you.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll of give me a stealth check.
All right, I'm gonna do this on D&D Beyond. Shouldn't have done it on D&D Beyond. That is a nat 1 + 5.
Oh no!
Well, again, you do have you do have advantage.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna roll it again. Sure, why not?
And I can, if you I'll just make note of that you're using your advantage.
That is a 13. I have inspiration from last session. Can I do I get those?
You can use the inspiration as well.
Well, no. I'll keep the 13. That's doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that holds up again. How good Byron. I don't know what it is, but as of late, I've not been. I've dice. Who needs dice when you're playing D&D?
Declan, no.
Okay.
You need. That is a.
You need dice.
So you skulk into what you believe to be an empty office, Regiment, and with all the grace and uh, cunning of a cat, uh, you drop low and you sort of slink in through the doors. And as you do, uh, you you make it over towards Byron's desk, and you kind of start rifling through the drawers a little bit. You're kind of pulling at bits and pieces. All the while, Byron is watching from his armchair in the corner and sort of nestled himself up with a book and a brandy for the evening. And he has fixed a look upon you. And as you do open the drawer, and it's a heavy, the drawer actually, as you pull it, it actually slides forward with the weight of paper in it. And it's just a drawer full, and there is a small little folder, and it is the folder has filled the drawer, and you see your name written in red, underlined, and kind of a quick rifle through the documents tell you. I mean, most of your test papers have already been burned. Like Byron can't keep a record of how many times you took exams. And eventually he just decided to just pass up. Mostly it's just your infractions, write-ups, and noise complaints from Annam, and several other members of the Summerkeep Guild. There is just a. Can I help you find something?
He's gonna. I did a test last week, and I don't think it was added to my file, and I wanted to double check because I did pretty well.
Give me a deception check at disadvantage.
All right, that is a 15 and an 18.
His eyes fix on you, Reggie, and it is that thing where he knows you're lying. He sets the tests, he sets the exams. He knows you're lying 100%. But in that moment, he knows that it's just a hell of a lot easier to let you away with it. Because the headache it would bring upon him right now, in an evening when he was just hoping to relax and settle in. And he just you just see him kind of tilt his eyes downward towards the book, and there's just a very sharp sup from the glass through his teeth, and shut the drawer, Regiment.
He shuts
it. And then give me a roll of a D100 and a D10, because somebody cast wild magic.
Yeah. No.
haven't even started the story yet, but here we are.
A D100. All right. What is that? A 93.
Okay.
And a D.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say like a percentile dice and a D10. But if you were rolling a D100, it's a very strange thing, Regiment, for you. A 93 on this, by the way, is chicken range. Chicken rage, not chicken range, chicken rage. You have, and it doesn't say for how long. It doesn't say until the spell ends. There's no sort of duration on this. You have an overwhelming hatred for chickens and poultry products.
No.
Forever, or
there's no like. There's nothing on this about like the spell ends in a day or in an hour or anything. Because some of them are like.
Does this consume my being, or just when I'm around poultry?
Just when you're around poultry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, with a remove curse,
Hilarious.
you'd probably get rid of it. Like if you really want to start eating poultry products again.
Oh, so I don't even eat it. So it's not just like live poultry. This is like
Yeah,
turkey burger.
yeah.
Okay.
Like frittatas, the works.
Okay.
You're incensed by all of it. So yeah, it's kind of chicken rage.
Okay.
And again, with just a finger, Byron just sort of kind of wags it towards the door and kind of shoos you out. But as you are sort of skulking out of his office into the library, you can from the windows see not so much the village of Canuck below the hill, but you can see out towards Murphy's Fields from here. And it's been some time since you had been out to the fields, but you can see several large, colourful tents have been erected on the lands.
Okay. Have I closed the door? Like, is Byron still there?
He's staying in his office. He hasn't left at all.
Okay. I'm gonna reopen the door. And say, who's camping?
What? Who's? Is this one of your jokes? Like, sorry, knock knock.
You want me to knock? He's gonna knock on the door.
I. Red, could you go find Diara or something?
Yeah, right. But there's people camping outside. It looks real colourful. I'm gonna go check it out with Dyer, and then he's gonna try find Dyer.
Great. Maybe they'll take you away from here. And he's kind of leaning down. He's doing that thing where you scoot. You know the way like you scoot off the chair a little bit. You're trying to close the door with your foot, and he's there with just his little halfling leg. He's trying to like shift the door closed as you're kind of skulking back out of it again.
Okay.
And just from the other side of it, you just hear, God's and heavens, blood, my blood. The young fella makes my piss boil. And Diara, what are you doing at this point?
I was going to say she was initially standing guard for Reggie, but got bored when she heard Byron's voice coming from inside the room. So she is now sitting in the common room, picking her nails with a dagger, waiting for Reggie to get out.
Okay. So, and what had you been doing up to that point? What was Diara's evening?
Just chilling, trying to avoid Eileen at all costs. You know, usual. Avoiding chores and children and new recruits. Basically trying to not be given a job.
It is that thing as you sort of you've been kind of skulking around the day, kind of like not doing anything at all. It's just one of those days where, like I said, it's a long day. Like it has been a long day of doing nothing, and for you that was great because that's what you wanted to do. But even now it has kind of dragged a little bit. And as you are perched kind of like in the common room, kind of in a kind of a corner looking out, there is you just hear kind of the door to the kitchen open and swing and clatter back and forth. As emerging, you see Eileen, Mrs. Sapras, tying a headscarf up and kind of pulling on her long. And again, she's kind of tying off the buckles and the belt around it. And look at the absolute state of this place. Well, I'm not cleaning it up. Oh, no, I'm not cleaning it up at all. And immediately as she's saying that, she's already stacking kind of plates up onto like a hand. Where did I put that basin? Diara? Diara?
She's like trying to be invisible, but very clearly in plain sight.
Just when I was starting to like that girl.
Are you heading out, Eileen?
I was going to go. Where have you been all day?
Helping Reggie.
Helping Regiment do what?
Filing.
The only thing I've ever seen that young fella file are the stumps that he calls his toenails. So unless you were doing some sort of animal husbandry for his own welfare, I don't think that's true, Diara.
He was looking for something. His birth cert. He needed it for a project.
So he's gotten into arts and crafts then, is he? So just
Yeah, paper mache, I think it's called.
you can make yourself a bit more useful around the house, I reckon. And she puts
I
all the
don't think
plates
so.
back down on the table. These better be washed by the time I'm up here in the morning getting your breakfasts ready. Or it'll be pickled plum and oats for breakfast for a month.
Delicious.
Well, I've always said they're great for you. Now, mind you, they do have a tendency to run
Okay.
through Byron. Makes
Yeah.
doing his laundry a bit of work.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've recently promoted you to the washroom,
We did?
just now we did, yes, just now.
Oh.
We did. Yeah. Look at you. So plates, basin, washed, and I don't want to see a single one of Regiment's hairs on a plate.
Gross.
She puts them down, ties the headscarf a little too tight that it actually pinches just under her little sagging chin a small bit, but she doesn't, and you can see it catch her. And as she comes out, the door opens and Mr. Sapras utters a word. Like, it's one of those things, Dyer, you've noticed in the last 2 years. He tends to say about 10 words a year. And he's chosen to say to Eileen, now with a little bit of giddy in his voice, there's a circus in the village. He's used half his words for the year in that. And he's kind of grabbed her by the arm and will you hold it? And like he's yanked her out the door, and as the pair of them kind of traipse down towards the village with a bit of pep in their step.
Amazing. She's going to take the basin full of dishes and put it in the sink and hope that someone else does it by the time she comes back.
Okay, yeah. You've gathered round. And as you kind of come back out, you see that Annam and Regiment and Mooney are all kind of in the kind of the main foyer of the guild. Just kind of the three of you have all seen or heard kind of something coming from the village.
Is there a what now in the village? A circus? Can we go? We've been so busy all day, and I've been busy tidying the library, and I've just finished, and I'm really tired, and I just want to go have fun.
I like the circus.
The circus is where you fight clowns.
And
what?
Okay.
No, you don't.
I actually know about this. There's like a sort of like battle royale, and they come out in a wee cart, and they just keep coming and coming and coming, and you just gotta fight them all off, and they just don't stop. And then the last one standing wins like some form of prize or something.
It's usually like a balloon animal.
Yeah, or a real animal. I'm kind of hoping for a real one.
Yeah, little poodle.
I love poodles.
This poodle is mine. Let's go.
I don't think we've been to the same circus. I would like to see this circus, so let's go.
Okay. As you all, so again, you are heading kind of down towards the village. Um, you you all see kind of in Murphy's Field, just kind of from here on Doe, the second of the three hills of Canuck. You can see kind of looking down into the fields below that there is there's large tents, very 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 colorful tents have been set up, and this Mooney and Anam seems to be where a lot of the kind of commotion is coming from, and you can see on the East Road, quite a few people are kind of moving towards them from the village, and as you kind of head down from the guild to that road, you can hear music sort of wafting on the air as well, and most of the village seem to be heading towards it. Everybody give me perception checks.
Perception. 18.
Okay, 18.
Dirty
20.
20.
17.
36.
Sorry? 36.
36.
Oh. I was like, that's not possible. I'm level 5.
You roll a d20 and then add a d20.
As you are all kind of, let's say, kind of here at this kind of this junction, as the road to the guild meets the west road and the east road, you have again, there is kind of all these kinds of crowds, and for Diara, Redmond, and Mooney, you do see that in the mix of these, there's a bunch of people that you don't recognize, and they're all wearing very kind of colorful outfits, and just sort of like some of them have their faces painted very very dramatically. Some are wearing gilded masks, and a handful of them are juggling. Some of them are backflipping, and there's even kind of few kind of balancing on each other's hands as they walk along a stone wall. And again, the villagers from Canuck are kind of stopping to watch. But as the three of you are kind of taking stock of this, you all see that she's her name is Hatilda Fermel. She's the dressmaker or seamstress in the town. She's a mender of kind of clothes and bits and pieces, and she has a small store in the village next to the hole in the wall shop. She's dancing with one of these strangers, and as they are spinning in place, and you start to see that like her face kind of lights up. She starts to smile, and then her clothes change, and they go brighter, and now they're kind of sparkling a little bit. And then the pair of them vanish into thin air. And nobody else seems to notice as Hatilda disappears.
Oh, I knew this would happen.
Where'd they go?
What happened?
Well, I was talking to some of the sheep earlier, and they said that they got moved off of the field. And I asked, oh, which field you get moved off of? And they're like, Murphy's Field. And I'm like, you gotta be careful around Murphy's Field because, there's only one rule in Murphy's Field, and that's whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And I think that's the case for wee Matilda there. It's just sort of like, just disappeared. Can we go find all those clowns so we can beat them up? I really would like a poodle.
You don't think we should look for the missing?
I'm sure she's
Poodle?
fine.
Who was she?
The dressmaker, Matilda.
Alright.
She made this.
Is her name
I
not
wrote down
Matilda?
Matilda, so
Just for anybody watching, it is actually Hatilda, but I think canonically for Mooney, it is now Matilda.
My
Amazing.
name was Hatilda.
But here's the thing. Mooney, Diara, and Regiment, as you are watching Hattie or Matty, depending on how you see the world, dance and then vanish into thin air, Annam, you are pulled along with the crowds, and not that you're like kind of swallowed in like a stampede or anything. You are drawn to this, and up along the road, you do see that there are all manner of flags and ribbons draped from trees, just giving this sort of really colorful, twisting sort of spectacle, just kind of like dancing in the air around you. And again, that music is growing louder. And like that, you watch as the crowd kind of veer off the road in through the rickety gate onto Murphy's Field, where you do see many, many tents, all sort of smattered around the field. And you can see games, stalls, merchants, many people you don't recognize, all manner of peoples from across maybe the island, maybe further, but all kind of dressed very elaborately, very eccentrically, brightly colored hair, lots of jewelry, just really festive in appearance, all welcoming, all smiling, all happy to have the village of Canuck play host to them.
They look like mighty. All these all the bit. I will pick up the closest bearded person to me without looking, assuming that it's Reggie and he's still by my side, and put him on my shoulder so we can see above the crowd.
You grab a dwarven woman and you hoist her onto your shoulders. And again, it's that thing of as you do and kind of yoink, yoink and up, she droops down, and you do see that she has just very, very like elaborate face paint on, kind of like just these swirls of white and blue and green kind of face paint, kind of all kind of spiraling out of her eyes, kind of down, and her beard has loads of like kind of ribbons and stuff tied into it, and her eyes just kind of meet yours, and she's like, she just kind of smiles and, well, about you.
Okay, I'm immediately, having been expecting Reggie, terrified at how stealthy these battle clowns actually are, and would like to canonize and fear of clowns in Anime.
Okay,
From this point
to be
onward.
fair, she is upside down and in your face, very, very close.
Yeah. I push it back off, and I'm like, "You will not get the drop on me, battle clown!" And I take off into the crowd.
Okay.
pocket sound.
Are you trying to throw her off, or?
Unless she's like attempting to rodeo me.
100%.
Oh no.
And unless you get a nat 20, she's not getting off. It has.
Do you have inspiration?
You do have advantage.
Oh, I'm not gonna roll that 20.
Okay, right.
I'll keep it. I'll start running desperately, looking for the others. I need help. I'm outnumbered.
As you it's that thing of like, oh god, get off, and you are kind of swatting at her. She is holding on, and like that, she's kind of grabbed like two tufts of your hair, and she is just kind of like almost like they were the reins on a horse. She is just kind of like, she kicks her heels into you, and like again, a lot of people have kind of gathered round. to kind of to see the spectacle as it unfolds. And just when you can kind of spot Diara and the others sort of making their way up the road towards the field, she kind of half turns you in a direction. Give me a roll on a d4. And we're going to find out where she has steered you towards.
A 1.
Well, I think we've it suits you. Again, with your kind of trying to wrestle her off and trying to kind of get her away from you, you've kind of stumbled and sort of been shoved and pushed and directed by your hair reins into a kind of a roped off area. You see lots of flags, and there are large logs all lying down on the ground. And you see several of the other villagers have kind of gathered. You recognize two of them, actually. Arnie Murphy, who is one of the Murphys from Murphy's Fields, but works in the town as a butcher. And you also recognize Uncler, a hermit, and sort of would have been a kind of a small sort of farmer, kept to himself mostly. But they're you can see that they're kind of the sleeves on their shirts and stuff are rolled up, and they are kind of rolling their shoulders, and stretching just to try and get a limbered up. And the dwarven woman kind of hops off your shoulders, and she kind of again her hands kind of fixed up, like up to her eyes, up to you. Well, I bet you can't beat me at the old caber toss. And again, she rolls her shoulders. You're muted, I think, Richard.
I do not speak your language, clown.
Am I? Did he? And she kind of just snaps her fingers. In every language, she says, "I challenge you to a caber toss."
I will win that poodle. You're on.
Okay, I is this a local thing? Because I don't think this does local colloquialisms. I don't. And you see that the others have kind of stepped up in front of a log, kind of priming and readying themselves to just throw a caber. Regiment, Mooney, and Dyer, what are ye up to?
Did Minnie, because she's so tall, did she see Annam get swept away?
Yeah, again, because it wasn't a stealthy thing. It was quite a commotion about sort of steering the tall, scrawny lad around the carnival grounds.
Minnie would like to go and watch the caber toss.
Okay. You're heading in that direction. Dyer, Regiment?
Regiment's going to turn to Diara and be like, what just happened? Why is Annam cabering with the clowns?
Maybe it's like luring them into a false sense of camaraderie, and then like when they're tossing their cabers, he's gonna like sock them.
Yeah, I don't. I really try, but I really don't get that, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
Right. Do you want to go watch? Yeah, alright, great.
Yeah.
Anna, make sure all the clowns are in a really narrow line, and you can maybe take out 3 or 4 of them at a time with the big log, as long as they don't run off to the side. You think you need 18 for a poodle? Believe in you.
Okay. So it's through kind of it's a strength check, but you can use your athletics Anam, if you are proficient in athletics.
I am
Okay.
indeed.
So what you're going to be looking to do, so I will be rolling for Dinkler, Arnie, and our little clown, as I think we've now dubbed them. Okay. And the player with the lowest check is eliminated. As you step up, a kobold, a pair of kobolds rather, actually scuttle up to you. And again, out. And you see they've got like they're carrying a small little change bag. It's 50 copper pieces to enter.
50.
I'm assuming I have 50 copper pieces or thereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dropping the copper pieces into the bag, they square up to Arnie and to Old Tinkler, and again they put the money in the bag, and the clown woman, dwarven woman, kind of again just sort of like standing in front of one of the logs, kind of rolls. Oh, that's it. Everybody's in. Great. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Whoever throws their caber the furthest stays in, and whoever throws it the least furthest is eliminated. Any questions?
What is a caber?
This is a, and she point. Oh, sorry. We have a question from the crowd, and since they put their hand up, that supersedes you, Annam.
Can I play as well?
I don't see why not. And you see her eyes kind of drift out past you, Winnie, as you kind of duck in under the rope to that small kind of patch of land that's been squared off. And she kind of looks past you. Dyer, Reginald, what are you doing?
Trying to suss out who's like got the best odds
Give me an
in the
insight check.
crowd. Ooh, wait, insight? Oh, 24.
You're trying to see who has the best odds of beating.
Yeah, to like place a bet on the winner.
I mean, you know Arnie's like fairly strong, but Annam could take him easily. Old Man Dinkler is, well, let's just say he's fond of the hooch, and this might be the confidence of a pint of stout.
Right.
You're not really one. Yeah, Mooney's there, and
He's just waving.
yeah, your money would be on Annam, but you don't really know much about the dwarven woman, who again has sort of she's been kind of looking out into the crowd, and has now kind of turned back to like get a sense of the crowd as kind of, and that's it. Everybody's in. Great. Okay. Tossers, up to your cabers.
Yeah.
And give me, and again, if you have proficiency in your in athletics, you can roll athletics. Otherwise, it's just a straight strength check.
Oh.
Okay, so that is a 14. Ooh, 12. 20. Okay, so Mooney, what did you get?
Got a 9.
Oh, okay. And Annam?
Not 20.
Yes!
Get that poodle.
Get that poodle!
Now, oh yeah, you used your, no, you haven't used your your advantage, Cat, have you yet?
No.
You want to hold on to it?
Should I?
I don't know. Should you?
No, because I knew I
You're gonna
wasn't
hold
going
on
to win anyway.
Okay. Right. It is. It is as you almost foresaw, Diara. You watch as. I mean, it's not so much that Mooney throws the caber as it is managed to get two hands up under it, hoists it up, walks forward, kind of the entire time, kind of rolling their hands down along just to try and get it there, and then lets it fall, like with kind of a shove to try and knock it a little bit. And it does, it kind of like rattles and bounces, but it doesn't move too far. Old Man Dinkler tries to do the same maneuver, but just kind of shoves it forward a little bit. It's not so much a toss as it is a push, as neither of you actually manages to get it, you know, some
Did Jack
way
get it
away.
further than him?
No, you got it exactly the same as him.
No.
He rolled a 9 as well. So
No.
yeah, you're up there with Old Man Dinkler. And yeah, Arnie does kind of get it up, throws it, and it is that thing of he feels kind of impressed with himself, only then to catch the caber from the dwarven woman just soar past. It hits the ground and then bounces with a heavy thud as it sinks into the soil. And again, she turns back, kind of gleaning at Arnie, and she kind of just shoves it over her shoulder. And then there's just a thud in the ground, and she looks back just to see Anim's having cleared the roped off section at the end. You threw it further. You've beaten the record for the spectacular Solstice Circus, Anim.
Is that another canon event now that he holds the record?
Yes, yeah, you currently hold the record anyway.
So many cannons.
There's like a plaque that says biggest tosser.
I'm gonna ask for his name. Adam said Redmond. She kind of turns. She gleans at you. Well done. What a wonderful throwing arm you have on you there. But as promised and as stated, one of our contestants has to be and she turns back to the crowd, and she kind of like looks between Mooney and Old Man Dinkler, and then just with a thumbs down at Dinkler, you watch as the old man just vanishes.
Get ready! Get ready! Really quickly! Well, no, I was going to say, can I detect magic? That would be magic.
Yep.
Clearly. He doesn't just burst into flames. No, I'll be metagaming at this point, no.
Okay. You resist the urge?
Resist the urge to metagame. I know what's going
okay.
on.
You have a sense, it's that you all just watch Old Man Dinkler vanish. Nobody in the crowd reacts. Nobody in the crowd is terrified or anything. Like they're all just kind of cheering at having seen Anim. Okay. With one contestant in it, there are 4 left. Are we all ready for round 2? And again, she holds up her arms and she kind of flexes her muscles a little bit. And you see that some of the crowd have kind of dispersed to go watch other things and take part in other games. But there's still a kind of a good kind of semicircle of a crowd kind of around the rope watching eagerly and cheering on. And then she looks at you, Anim, Mooney, and Arnie. Well, are we committed? Do we think we still have the stamina, the muscle, the brawn, the flex?
Minnie gets her skirts and she ties them like in a knot above her knees, and she just looks over at Adam and she's like, let's get that puddle.
I don't want to be disintegrated by a clown.
I don't think you're gonna get disintegrated. I just think you get chuffed back to the queue. But that puddle's ours.
She said eliminated. Oh,
Yeah,
no, this is
eliminated, not
important. I will wait.
exterminated. That'd be like, I know it's Murphy's Field, but it's not, Jesus, not that bad. I mean, oh,
You are right. What's the worst
aye.
that could
Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, but we're talking in the mind frame of infinities here, so it probably won't be for a wee while. Shall we go through
Okay.
some things?
Let's.
Jair, you give me a roll of a d20, and then again, Mooney and Anam, you can make your athletics or strength checks.
Oh!
Just a normal d20?
Yeah. Because somebody. Did you roll a nat 1? Because I rolled a nat 1 as well.
Can I want to use my inspiration on my nat 1.
Yes, you can.
Okay, better. I got 12.
Okay. We have a 12. Anam?
I have tried to show you, but my camera is atrocious. I have rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Which would be another 27?
I have used my advantage to do that, though.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Sorry?
Yeah, so that makes it another 27. Okay. Okay, so 27 with a nat 20. You got a 12 the second time, Mooney?
I got 12.
Okay. And then Eilish, what did you get on your d20 roll?
14.
14. Bear with me for 1 second as I check, because somebody called Circus Poodle donated €15
Circus
For
poodle! Poodle power!
for a summon monster.
Poodle power!
So
Blink dog, blink dog, blink dog.
Sorry,
Hashtag
can I
poodle
just
power.
can you just check the number? What, 14?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get
Bronze
I'll
What
get
is
the
it?
stats.
Are clowns on the
I'll
monster
get
table?
the stats for this
Hilarious.
stuff.
Definitely a poodle.
Okay. I'll just shift that over there. Crap. Okay. So this is a monster table that I populated with 20 different monsters of various different CR or challenge rating. Yeah. So it is that thing as you go to step up to the log in front of each of you. And there's no stamina drain, there's no muscles overworked. You grab the log and you just hefting it up over your shoulder into both hands, flip it, and it goes flying again. It goes over the bounds of the rope again, clearing it. You watch as the dwarven woman kind of again throws hers. Mooney, this time you actually managed to get it up into your hands. You watched as Anam, what he was doing. You get it there, and you skirts hoisted up and tied off. You have the leverage this time to just throw it. You actually catch her log. Yours manages to go on top, and as they both kind of fall, yours falls in front of hers. And Arnie, unfortunately, as he grips his and throws, he again, he just looks. There's a thud where he was standing as the log falls in place, and around it, you watch as a spectator, this large bulbous eye with 4 eye stalks, he is blinked out of existence, and a spectator is now hovering where he was. Give me an initiative roll,
We're
everybody.
level 5.
Oh shit.
Oh,
And if you would like to throw monsters at the party, for a donation of €15, you can. You can also cast wild magic with €10, or give them advantage or disadvantage for 5. I thanks, by the way, Emma, for my disadvantage.
No problem.
I will be taking that into consideration. I didn't roll it here during the contest, so I figured you might want me to use it.
I would like you to use it with this monster. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Just as we go into combat, I would like to, in real life, cast my highest level spell, Compel Donation.
Okay. That's a DC 30 check. For anybody at home watching, that's a DC 30. So roll a d20, and if you get 30, you don't have to donate. But if you get less than 30, you do.
You do get a +3 bonus if you're within 5 feet of a puppy or a kitten. You have to send a photo to D8 Dungeon on Twitter to prove that.
Yeah.
Send me puppy poodle power.
I rolled a nat
Could you
20 on
stop that?
initiative.
That's the power.
No, please
that's the
continue.
power of charity work that gives you all the nat 20s. Okay.
I got
Never roll
11.
another one. Oh my god.
Okay. So we have a nat 20. What's your initiative bonus? Sorry, Adam.
22 total.
22. Okay. Okay. So we have a 22,
Got a 6.
a 6, an 11, and 10, and then our spectator is an 8 plus 2.
Didn't
gives
even look
him
at my spells.
10. Okay. What's your dex modifier? Or what's your dex score? Sorry, Reggie.
Yeah, very good question. 14. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. Since this is for a charity, I will let you go before it.
Okay.
Well,
That is very
Okay.
generous of you. I mean that sincerely.
I'll hail our fearless leader.
Yes, you can. Yeah, this thing has manifested in the middle of, where Arnie was standing. So give me. What are you doing, Adam? See your action first. You have a free action because you rolled a nat 20.
Okay, I mean, this thing isn't immediately hostile. I'm probably not entirely sure what's even happening. So can I hold my action to make an attack if I need to?
So you're going to attack if it attacks. So
Yes.
because the first thing is it's almost like you get to use an action as a reaction type of thing. So that's your nat 20. You're just going to not use that. Yeah, that's.
I don't
Just hit
know. I don't want to be the
Just hit
first person to. I don't think Adam's a hit first kind
That's fine.
of person.
You can.
so
No, that's totally fine. Watch as Mooney is a first hit person. So Mooney, you're up.
Oh my god. All my spells are shit. Monet is absolutely a hit first kind of person because she's scared. She is going to. It's been so long since we played. Should I?
Yes.
Monet is going to Maximilian Earthen Grasp. Take her little storybook out and find the page with the proper annotations, and the big badger paw is just going to come out of the ground and grab one of the capers as a big stick.
Okay.
And I wonder, because it's been a while, can I attack on the same? Let's see. Foot, my hand. Yes, so it can just try to whack it. It's gonna whack, just swat at the spectator with the caber.
Okay.
Get it.
And let's see. It has to make a strength saving throw.
And this is so it's a strength saving throw against the spell, effectively, right?
Strength saving throw against my spell DC,
Great.
which
Yeah.
is 15.
Okay, so and I have a -1 on this. That's a 7.
Woohoo! 2d6, baby! 8 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. You all watch as this large paw of earth just erupts out of the ground in Murphy's farm. It scrambles towards one of the cavers and then, using it like a bat, swings at the spectator, who is clobbered into the side of the head. It is just one big floating head with an eyeball. And it is spun, and you see kind of the eye stalks kind of swing with it, and it turns, and its eyes, like all 4 stalks, kind of turn and face you, Mooney. Any bonus action?
As soon as it looks at me and not my big badger paw, I'm going to bonus action hidden step with my Firbolg magic and just disappear. Boop.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run behind something.
Okay. So you're going to bolt out of the way.
Yes.
Redmond, it's your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump at one of the stalks with my great axe while it's looking at Mooney.
Okay.
So
Give me an attack roll.
yeah, 16.
16 hits.
Yeah, okay. And that is 15 damage.
Ouch. Any bonus actions?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. So when I hit a creature with an attack using a weapon, I want to try do my fire rune, which gives an extra 2d6 of fire damage, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw. So that's a 13, DC 13.
Okay. That's a 9.
Okay. And so it's restrained for 1 minute. So while restrained by the shackle, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns.
Okay.
So let me.
It's its turn now. Yeah.
All right. So 2d6. That's 6. Or do you roll the 2d6? No.
No, you roll the 2d6. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So that's 6 total. So that was a 5 and a 1. Sorry to be clear.
Okay. And it's restrained.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And then for my bonus action, I'd like to go large.
Okay.
Just because he's angry. So he's gonna kind of, because he's hit him in the stalk, he's gonna grab the eye and make it look at him in the face and be like, "What do you think of me now?" As he gets real big.
Yeah, it is that, like, as Mooney's badger paw kind of like just swings and slaps at it. Reggie, you come running and with the great axe swipe at one of the ice stalks. Not enough to like snap through it, but as you kind of jump, swipe, and land, where you chains have erupted out of the ground around it, burning, and the spectator is held. And as you land, it's that thing of you turn, you grab it, and you are staring it right in the eye. You double in size, correct?
Yeah, I think yeah, pretty much. Like, as in, I become like a large size.
Large creature, yeah. So you do, you get up, and you're meeting it, eye to eyes, as you kind of hold it firm. Annam, you see that the 4 eye stalks on the spectator, the eyes kind of change color, and you see that it is about to attack Redmond. You have held your action in the event of it attacking. It is your turn. I think you're muted again.
Apologies, I'm very dumb. Rather disappointingly, I've rolled a little low. There's a 12.
12 does not hit.
Yeah, I throw my axe at it.
You do have another advantage, by the way. Somebody
Another
Yeah, somebody else
advantage?
donated for the whole party to have advantage again.
I'm sorry if I waste this. Thank you, person. That's a 2.
Okay, yep. That's a thing that you.
It's for charity. Thank you.
And by my count, Diara, you have 2 advantages that you are tracking. Reggie, have you used any?
Oh, I forgot to say. My badger paws restrained it, so attack
Okay.
rolls against this creature while it's restrained has advantage, and it has disadvantage on deck saves.
Okay. Well, it's not going to make much of a difference to Anam because he rolled with advantage. So we'll say you're still holding the other advantage. I'll be nice because again, it's for charity, and apparently that means I end up having to be awful to
It's a
myself.
spectator. Leave us alone.
You've again, if anybody out there in chat wants to give another monster, that would be lovely. But
No.
you've you get up as you see Reggie kind of like hold it, but the eye stalks again they move of their own. Like it's the actual spectator's body that's restrained, but the eye stalks are able to like zoot in as you swing and miss, unfortunately, and the eye stalks blast you, Reggie. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie. That is an 8.
Okay. You take, again, making the assumption that I wouldn't be doing anything. 7,
That's not good.
and 3. Take 17 necrotic damage.
Oh, wait. I have a thing. Can I silver rebarbs it?
What?
Yeah.
Can I?
To make it. No, that's how, because that's on disadvantage for me, and I didn't make the roll.
Okay, never mind.
But I mean, if somebody in chat donated, I guess I could
Can I
overlook.
can I do a reaction?
Yes, you can.
Stone rune. So can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
I can.
DC is 13.
That is a 16.
All right. Nothing to see here.
What were you using your reaction to do?
My stone rune, which would have just made you charmed for 1 minute. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is Diara. It is your action.
I'm gonna cast blindness. Or try, at the very least. That is a... Please hold. 16. No, never mind. You have to do a con save.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure it has to do something. 13. That is a 17.
God damn it!
And so here's an interesting thing with spectators. They have spell reflection. If the spectator makes a successful saving throw against a spell or spell attack misses it, the spectator can choose another creature, including the spellcaster, it can see within 30 feet. The spell targets the chosen creature instead of the spectator. Diara, give me a Constitution saving throw. Spell save 13.
That is a... Please hold. 10.
Okay. You are blind.
Great. Good for me.
As you conjure the magic up and you a flurry of words filled with smoke spew from your mouth, and you see the spectator, its eyes go all the eye stalks and its eyes go milky white, and then it repels the magic, and Diara, your eyes have gone milky white with blindness. It is top of the turn. Adam.
I am just going to run at this thing with my great axe. Keep it plain and simple. I can count. 17.
17 to hit. Yeah, that does.
16 damage.
How do you kill the spectator?
I think I hit it first with like one swing straight across that takes all 4 eye stalks off at once, and it was my extra attack. I just bring the axe down the middle and split it. And for a moment, it's got that anime thing where it looks like it hasn't been cut, and then the spectator has just slide apart.
Amazing.
I whip around, and I'm like, "What clown trickery is this?"
When you turn around, where the dwarven woman was standing, you see next to her, and again, it's that thing of you turn on him, and the spectator splits in half. It's that thing of only as you turn does it actually like split, and it vanishes in the same way Arnie did, in the same way Old Man Dinkle did, in the same way Hatilda did. It just vanishes. And standing next to the dwarven woman from the circus, you see a very tall, slender, sharp-figured woman dressed in a plum red gown that sort of clings to her very, very bony frame. Her hair is pulled back very, very tight, and you can see whisks of kind of gold eyeshadow and this sort of very, very dark eyeliner, sharp, kind of accentuating these very, very dark eyes. As you kind of look upon, you think might be a drow. You are all very welcome to the spectacular Solstice Circus. I see we have some exciting visitors this time. How do you fare?
Is my blindness worn off?
How long does it last normally?
I think I have to do a con save
Yeah,
again.
you can make another con save.
Roll better.
And remember, you have advantage, so...
Oh,
Okay.
18.
Yeah, it is. You hear her speak to her, and you can kind of... She kind of comes into focus as your eyes kind of... sight returns to them, and you look upon her.
She's beautiful.
Mooney pops back. Boop. Did we win?
Oh, yes, you did. We've never seen somebody with your strength before, Annam. And she reaches into a bag on her side, and she takes out a
Poodle?
handful of gold. I believe it's 1 gold piece to the winner. And she takes a coin from the stack and she hands it to you. You've earned a gold piece.
I parade it around with the others. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, biggest tosser.
it's not a dog, but
So what was that spectator big thing all about? Was that part of the cable toss? Were we supposed to be throwing the cables at him?
Oh, no. Things at the tendency to be a little chaotic.
Murphy's Law.
Indeed. How do you find it so far?
I mean, we only just got here. I mean, what drew us was, fighting with the battle clowns and the battle clown morale, and then maybe winning the poodle. But a gold coin is actually not too bad. We could probably buy 2 poodles with that, depending on how the poodle market is faring at the minute. Yeah, I'll win anything.
No. And she points to Annam's log outside the bounds of the game.
Minnie points to hers at her feet.
Yes, there'd be some distance between this one and that one. Well, there are plenty more games for you to partake in. I am Madame Seraphine. If you need anything at all, you but have to whistle. And she brings her lips together and she whistles and she vanishes.
I think she's gone to the back of the queue as well.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Yeah.
Do you think there's any shops? I want to buy something.
With Annam Skull Piece.
No, I need that for the poodle.
Oh yeah. All right. Do you wanna?
How many do you think?
Do you want a real one or a balloon one?
I mean, real ones don't pop, but
Balloon ones don't poop.
oh, but I like the poop.
You can clean up after it then.
Wow.
I'll clap Reggie on the back and be like, "You will win next.
Yeah.
Pick a clown."
If everybody wants to give me a perception check, like if you want to, like just what you might notice or what could be happening, because again, there are lots of different tents. There's lots of different kind of gatherings, people kind of around each of them, and there's a lot happening on the circus grounds.
7, but I want to find cool things. I want to find art and books and cards.
You have an inspiration. You have a
No, I don't. I used to
You do. We had
I used to
Yeah.
on my natural one at the caper toss. Do I have another one?
that everybody had 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've used just
Yeah, you've one from
yes.
Ben
You've
as well.
used just second one.
12. Thank
Okay.
you, Ben.
12. Tyra.
I got a 19.
19.
Thanks.
Reggie.
14.
14. And Anam. Muted. Yeah. Sorry. What?
13.
13.
13.
So there's it's one of those things as Madame Seraphine kind of vanishes into the wind, and you do like she was there and she's gone. It's not like there's smoke or anything. That she whistled and she vanished. There's a couple of signs on a pole, and for Redmond with a 14, your eyes land. Well, actually, you and Annam both spy a pie eating contest taking place in a tent nearby, and it looks to be that there are getting people. They're waiting for more people to sign up to participate. Diara, you see that there's actually a small stage set up, and they're looking for people. It's sort of like a performers circle. And they're looking for people to get up and entertain the crowd and perform for them. And again, it's sort of a pull to everything. And Mooney, as you wander up and you're kind of taking stock of everything, and is it safe to say that Regiment and Element are already kind of running to the pie eating contest?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to make the assumption, but I figured it was an accurate assumption to make. You watch as they dart to one, and Diara is sort of meandering, very kind of. It's that sort of awkward shuffle towards the little stage, and as you're kind of looking around for a stall, you don't actually see anybody selling any books or art or anything like that, but your eyes do land on something else. There's a very large hare that kind of runs between 2 stalls, kind of comes out between the crowd, looks at you dead in the eye, and you just hear, "Oh no. Oh no, not you. Anybody but you." And he bolts down the field.
Rooney chases after the boy.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a athletics, or again, if you'd rather use dex, you can just do a dex check. And we'll get to our pie eating contest in a moment. As Diara, you approach, and a pair of twins, twin tieflings, kind of arms together, turn and back to back kind of gesture to you to approach. And as they do, one pulls out a bouquet of flowers, and the other one seems to just pull a small violin out of thin air, and they begin to serenade and woo you.
I thought I was entering a performance
Oh no! Oh no!
contest.
You may make your way to the stage. You are Miss. And then the other one kind of goes, Diara, Diara.
How do you know that?
Oh, Jax and Max, we know lots of things. We know many things. We know you are quite the performer. We know you are wanting for something more. We know that something within you feels empty, alone. And we know your heart's greatest desire.
What's that?
We promised we wouldn't kiss and tell, and they both kind of laugh to each other. But he wanted you to know, and they shove the flowers into your hand. And again, it's a bunch of yellow roses. And as they do, there's just a poof of smoke, and standing in front of you is Bernard Wall, and Max begins to play the violin, and it's a very haunting melody, very swooning, crooning melody. And Bernard extends a hand to you.
How did you know I was going to be here?
I saw you in the crowd a little while ago, and the Max and Jax approached me, and they're a kissogram.
Ew.
Well, no, that's presumptive. I wasn't. I didn't mean that. That's something that I would do. To you, of course. No, definitely not that. No.
It's just a little tacky, you know. These things should happen naturally.
Yeah. What are you doing at the fair?
Oh, I was just watching Annam kick ass, and now I was gonna, I don't know, maybe enter the open mic.
Oh, you're gonna perform on the stage.
I was thinking about it.
May I escort you? And he holds his arm out. And the music.
She feels kind of bad, so she's just gonna be like, "Yeah, okay."
And Max and Jax both start clapping. Oh, young love! Oh, it's a folly to see. And they both kind of like they both kind of tumble forward and roll and vanish behind a barrel. As Bernard kind of blushes as you can take the crook of his arm, and he leads you slowly towards the stage. It's right there, but he's making this last. Back to our Mooney, what did you get on your dex?
Oh God, I wish I had inspiration.
There's so charity thing where you can.
Damn it doesn't count if it doesn't land in it, no matter how good it was. Oh, it's a 15. That's good.
Okay, you chase the hare. No, it's not a hare. It's a it's a dog. It was a hare a second ago. Now it's a dog, and it runs into a crowd, and as it does, it turns into a pig, um, and it kind of comes out the other side and into an enclosure, and you see that there are two pigs now running around a field, and a gathering of people, including the Raider sisters Emmy and Bonnie, running around the field trying to catch a pig, and now they're both kind of like, well, which one of the pigs is it then? And they split as they're currently engaged in a game of catch the greasy pig. So if you want to get your hands on your prize pig, you're participating in catch the greasy pig.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to the pie eating contest before we come back to Diara, and then we'll go to me. Okay. You there's a couple of very sick people off to one side, and sitting on a bench is a very smug Byron Oakenshield, with the remnants of many a meat pie dripping down his chin and soaking into a bib, and a couple of stacks of plates, and he kind of just burps, and then kind of pats himself on the chest. Oh, well, that's it then. Nobody else to challenge the Grand Master, the pie-eating bravado. Well, and you see that there is two half orcs, kind of standing there looking around. One dressed in a chef's apron and hat, and the other dressed very similar to the way that dwarven woman was, with like the face paint and whatnot. And then Byron spies the U regiment and Annam. Well. Come to see the master at work, lads, is it? Well, I'm afraid I have beaten everybody. There's nobody left to take on the master.
I think you'll find it's time for the students to. He pauses. Become the master. I'm entering in the competition. I'm gonna beat you.
Oh, well, no, it's just that you say that at every exam and physical exam and challenge we've had for the last 3 years, Reg. Now, to be fair, you have become the master of attempting things.
And I am going to attempt and win this.
Well, you're going to do one of those two things. Annam?
This is all Reggie. I push him forward. You got this. And I would like to take the help action, me encouraging moral support.
Nice.
Okay. You're going to help your friend binge eat.
Responsible
I point out
friends.
which one there's an eel.
Okay. So, again, remember, if you are watching along and you donate, you can give inspiration, advantage or disadvantage to a player or the dungeon master. You can cast wild magic, or you could even summon a monster with your donations. Reggie, just as a reminder, you still have 2 advantages. One from the start of the game, and a second there from Ben as well. So just in case you need them. But yeah, Byron sits down and kind of like just lets out a large belch, and he undoes his he undoes the belt on his trousers.
You're going down, Byron.
Oh, lad. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, Astro Rookie. Okay. So for this, we are looking for Constitution saving throws. And first round up, a butternut squash and eel pie is like literally the orc chef just sort of puts his hand into a crate and takes out these 2 huge pies and puts them down in front of you and Byron. You
are they freshwater eels or sea eels?
I will. Odds it's freshwater. It's freshwater.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
In which
Uh,
case, Reggie's going to add some salt.
Okay. So you've to give a. We're going to do a Constitution saving throw. DC this time, right? So we're not actually looking to like with the caber toss. It was a competition. This is a stamina test. So first DC is 12. You're looking to beat a 12. Okay, 22 for Byron.
24 for Reggie.
Byron gets it down in 4 bites. Reggie gets it down in 2.5 because one of them just literally the first one it was like a duck. You didn't even bite it. You just slid it. And it is that thing of as Byron kind of finishes it, he looks over to see that you've already cleaned the plate. The half orc chef is looking on in like, but he didn't even taste it. And the other half orc is just kind of applauding the both of you. Well done. Oh, well done. And Byron kind of just nods. Oh, well, I see we've paid attention in the common room at least. And
You're starting to hurt my feelings, Byron, but luckily I eat them.
Oh, I see you pay attention in my self-awareness classes as well. And Byron kind of chuckles and then burps, and there's a bubble of gravy that gets stuck in his throat. Okay. The chef reaches down into the box and this time takes out their thinner pies. They're like the other one came in like kind of a much wider, deeper pan. This is kind of it's for the size of like a saucer rather than a dinner plate. So it's a slightly smaller pie. And he kind of looks, as he slides it across, we are looking at a whale steak tartare in rancid blubber.
Delicious.
DC 15.
18.
Nat 20 for Byron. Might be my end. Emma's coming in low and only in the left headphone, oddly.
Oh.
From Homebrew.
Okay. Any better?
Has that changed much better at all, or is it?
Hello, hello, hello.
Ben has gone to the bathroom while we wait for Ben.
Sounds okay.
Yeah,
on
it
our
sounds
end?
okay to me as well. Yeah. Oh, but now Ben said it's also way better.
Class.
I didn't pick up on it from my side anyway, so I don't know if it maybe the stream. A divil for steak tartare. Byron again in just a couple of bites gets the whole thing down, whereas there's something about that rancid blubber, Reggie, that just it greases its way down your throat, and there is a strong aftertaste. And Byron kind of looks at it. Well, it's not too late to give up, lads. There'll be no shame in it. No shame in it. After all, many others have, been bested by the best. And he gives you a wink.
Just give me more pie.
The half orc looks at his companion and then back into the box, and he takes out a smaller plate again. It's like a single little pie, and he kind of slides them both across the table at the both of you. It is a dessert pie, a slightly bitter taste, skunk berry.
Yep.
DC 18.
Ooh.
And again, I remind you, you do have advantage.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that was a 13. Let me go again.
That's a 19 for Byron.
Oh, it's so much worse.
Now,
Is this a particular?
Sorry.
Is this a particularly foul-smelling pie?
it doesn't smell like anything. That's the dangerous part.
Could I druid craft a 5-foot cube of skunk odor around Byron?
You may. Because I didn't actually end up having to use the disadvantage for the spectator because it was just killed in a round. And I would really love if somebody in chat would donate 15 euros so that I could have another monster round. But I will let you. So this is disadvantage. Okay, so he has a +3 to his constitution, and that is a 5 + 3, giving him 8.
Okay. So I got a 13 and a 9, so I'm going to use my advantage, so 13.
Okay, now you do have one more advantage.
Yeah, fuck it. Why would I not use it for pie? Alright, let's go. Come on, D&D Beyond. That is an 8. So that's a 13. It would be my highest of the 3 rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you still rolled higher than Byron because Byron only rolled a 5 plus the 3, giving him 8. So you are like smelling all. It's that thing. Byron bites it, and it's that immediate sort of oh god. He swallows, and then comes the stink of skunk that Anim sprays around him. It is a violent, caustic odor that burns inside Byron's nose, and he doesn't know if it's the reaction of the pie or what. But he, Astro, thank you so much for your donation. Just there, actually, thank you so much everybody for their donations so far. Because I'm keeping an eye on Skype, I haven't seen them, but that to everybody that's donated so far, it's 150 euro, and we're only on the first night as well. So thank you so much. I'll double check the donations to see what else is there that it's coming in. But thank you. Byron vomits immediately, and as he does, incentives from Astro. This should be interesting. Wild magic, a monster party. One of you has inspiration, and then everybody has advantage.
What?
It's amazing.
Astro.
You absolute mad person.
So Byron throws up, and as you swallow, Reggie, it is that thing where you hold it in, and you see Byron get sick, and it's only as you just hold it in, and the sweat is pumping out of you, and you just feel this in your stomach. As I tell you what, I don't know, Astro, if you have access to a percentile die and a D10. If you don't, if you want to pick a number between 1 and 100, and I will tell you that 93 has already been cast. So if you'd like to pick a number between 1 and 100, or roll the 2 dice to let me know what you get, and I will tell you what wild magic spell you have cast. And then you can roll a d20, and I will tell you what monster you're about to summon out of Reggie's guts. Because this is for charity. This is what we're doing.
Waiting for the roll. Can Ben confirm my mic is better? It should be. I saw.
He said yes, it is, but you are still pulling to the left. He said, but I'm not.
I should be on the middle and less left now. So hopefully, but anyway.
Centrist.
Yeah, right.
No, that's right.
I'm normally so left leaning.
Are any of these pies chicken?
No, that was the funny thing, because I was rolling for the ingredients and there was no chicken in the pies.
Thanks, Ben.
So audio's all sorted. We have a 55 on the D100 and a 15 on the D20. Okay. So what do we get on our wild magic table? Oh my god. Okay. This is okay. So I think because it was during yours, like Emma, are you okay for to be the target of this because it was during your scene? If you'd rather,
Yes, but I just want to know if I won the pie eating competition, and then
yes,
I'm fine with any monster emerging from my vomit.
yes, you have, but you've 100% won the pie eating contest,
Perfect.
um, which again is a 1 gold piece prize.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we will deal with that momentarily
Okay, perfect.
because uh, as Byron gets sick and you and then you throw up just a second later. Um, I can't remember what that is. I can't remember what that was. Yeah, that's what that is. That's disgusting. But okay. You throw up, and as you do, uh, you again, it's that thing of you gag, Byron's gagging, and then Byron vanishes as he vomits. He vanishes, and writhing and spewing bile everywhere in his place. He crashes into the bench as this large worm-like creature just sort of starts to flail everywhere as Astro summons a Grick to the table, literally. Um, and for anybody that is eating, I apologize. So sorry, but that's what happens when you enter a pie eating contest. Um, and under that, as this Grick just appears. At that same moment, as you sort of recoil, and it's and you're like your head is reeling, the sweat is pouring out of you, Reggie. You stumble back, and when you do, a hand, like just a floating hand, just grabs you on the shoulder, uh, and you look down to see that your hands you've been handcuffed, um, as the toll spell has been cast.
I didn't ask for this.
Uh, and to read the toll spell, you didn't, but Astro Rookie did. A pair of glowing handcuffs appear on the nearest friendly target's wrists, alongside a small floating box with a coin slot in the top. The handcuffs cannot be removed or broken until coins totaling a value of at least 5 gold pieces are inserted into the box, at which time they will disappear. Your hands have been bound by magical handcuffs. Um, so attacks that you make will be at disadvantage. So yeah, there you go. And that is for that's what a. But remember, you do have advantage, so everybody has advantage again. Um, and I think again because it was on Reggie, you also have a point of inspiration.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Yes. So you've a D8 of inspiration that you can use as well. So handy out. We're going into combat, but before that, we are going to turn to Diara. As you make your way over, and you see that there's already somebody on stage. There's a half elf, kind of up there with the lute, performing, and off to one side there's a band, just heckling and booing him. And they're like, again, it is just there's a chant, and now the crowd are also picking up on it, and it's McKnight, McShite, McKnight, McShite. And like people are kind of laughing, and now people are throwing tomatoes, and you watch as one tomato pelts him right into the head, and he explodes into nothing as he vanishes. And Bernard kind of leads you to the steps. Your stage awaits, my lady.
I was going to say something really mean and I can't do it. He's so nice in this version. She's just going to pat him gently on the arm and be like, thank you for the escort, and head up on stage.
As you do, audio has gone.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh. I don't know if it's still gone. I still have audio. Oh yeah, no. Homebrew show says they still have audio. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'll check the. Actually, I'll just check the stream as well myself to see if it's coming through. Yeah, no, I still have audio too. Okay. Yeah, it might maybe
Cat's
maybe
gone.
headphones plugged out or something like that. We have lost Cat. But oh, Cat's there. Yeah, you were heading up onto the stage, Diara, and as you do, Max and Jax both kind of reappear. Again, both wearing kind of a harlequin costume. One in bright yellow with kind of purple diamonds, the other in a bright purple with yellow diamonds. And they bow to you kind of in unison. And on stage, we have the young Diara, who is about to woo us, or will we boo them? And
Oh.
in their bow, slink away, and kind of back down towards the steps as you take to the stage.
She's going to sing, I think, something like not a hunting party song, but like a song to like send the adventurers on their way, kind of thing.
Okay.
And what do I do? Like a performance check? Yeah. +3, that's not bad. I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Fair enough.
Okay, that's better. 21.
And with a 21, it is that thing that you kind of get up and you like, are you just singing? You're not performing any instrument or like that. Like, you're just belting one out.
I don't think she would have brought her instrument with her. So yeah, it's kind of like an a cappella version.
Okay.
Diara unplugged.
As you're doing that, and the kind of the song comes to you, you kind of see the crowd. A couple you see kind of their arm rearing back as they're holding rotting fruit and vegetables that just seems to like just appear in their hands, and one or two are still kind of unsure as to whether or not they're going to throw it. But when the song hits them, you do, it just, it kind of just comes to you, and you find the right words, you find the right part of the song, but the crowd start to cheer really, really, like, for you. And like Bernard is off to the one side, and he's roaring your name very loudly. He's like, it's like he's your biggest cheerleader in the crowd, and that seems to be kind of getting people on your side. And you kind of feel something take over as you belt this out, and it feels really good. You even see people that were kind of walking past kind of stop and come and join, and kind of are stopping to really listen and take in your performance. And there's something kind of addictive in it. Like, there's something really sort of affirming in, like, this is the thing that I can do. This is the thing that I am excelling at. This is the thing that I am born for. I am born to sing. I am born to perform. And the crowd are now on their feet. They're clapping. They're chanting. Bernard is in tears. And he's off to this at one side, and he's telling like some randomers that have kind of come to the side of the stage that you are his girlfriend, like that, like, you're a girl who's a friend. That's, and he's trying. Some people are like, oh, I don't know, and then, but yeah, they are. You, like, it is a thing, and like even the band that had been booing the other guy, they even start playing their instruments. Like they're trying to find the right moment, the right kind of sound, the right kind of beat for it. And in that, we've we have a second. We've had a second donation of €50 there.
What?
And bringing us to we're 20%. I can't. Yeah, we're 20. That's 20%. €200 for that. That's 20%. Who needs math when you're playing TTRPGs?
Yay.
You have a wild magic surge, and you have you also, again, I have disadvantage because apparently this is the thing that we love to do. There's a wild magic surge. I have disadvantage, and I have 2 wild monsters appearing. One is going
no.
to appear here, and I will, because okay.
Oh no.
That's a 1 for the wild monster. Okay, that'll be interesting. I'm so sorry. I'm not really though, because that's kind of funny. And we'll do the wild magic, and that is 13 on the wild magic table. Oh, you have fangs, Diara.
Ooh, yay.
Your teeth pointed as the fangs spell take over you, and
Hot.
again, weirdly enough, for like until you long rest. There's nothing about the chicken thing, but this is a long rest, so your teeth become long and pointed. So you have fangs. But it says the caster's teeth become long and pointed. So actually, yeah, you've kind of got like it's Diara with shark teeth, I can imagine.
I think she's gonna like the look of that so much that she makes it permanent.
I mean, that would involve you not sleeping ever again.
No, as in like they go away when she long rests, and then she's like, oh, and then she does something to herself.
Okay, like a minor illusion or something like that. Like it's not to give the
Yeah.
look of it. Okay.
So that it's like a permanent thing now. That it's like part of her.
Also, I have Shark Diara in my head, like Shark Diara. Ooh wah wah. From Finding Nemo. Ooh ha ha.
Amazing.
Yes, but it is a thing. Like you feel the teeth in your head change, and then as you were swimming in the audience's applause, you see that band to one side, all of them vanish, and at the bottom of the stairs where they were standing, there is a giant owlbear looking up with you, blood dripping from its beak. And I'm going to need you to roll for initiative, because that's what you get when you roll a 1 on the D20 for monster summon. So we have an owlbear, we have a grick, and we have a moony. How do you want to?
She's not a monster.
How do you want to deal with your greasy pig?
Greasy pig. I should have been thinking about this. Am I able to determine which piggy is my piggy?
So there is a normal little piglet, like a normal pink and sort of like white bristly haired piglet running around the field, slathered in oil. And the pig that you had been had chased in here is a kind of a dark grey with a kind of a white streak piglet. So you can still spot yours. They're not identical at all.
I am going to. Oh, what should I do? Because I want to catch this pig. Because this pig's probably a fan of my caper tossing. And I'm not going to be able to catch it. I'm going to cast blindness on the piggy.
Okay, make a con save.
A con save of 15.
Even with a +3, that's only a 7. You cast blindness on the pig, and again, it's that thing, Mooney, as you're scanning your mind, chasing, and it is that thing like you hands out in front of you, you are running after the pig, and the story of the 3 blind mice comes to mind, and you just give me an athletics check. Or not, sorry, give me a strength saving throw to stay on your feet as Bonnie Raider is diving at you for a tackle.
Why did you tackle me?
Because it's called Catch the Greasy Pig, and you're about to catch the greasy pig.
I'm not a greasy pig.
You're not a greasy pig, but you're about to catch
16.
Okay.
16.
She got a 16. She has a +2. And that's a 3 + 2 is 5. Good thing she's a little old lady. And it is that thing of like Bonnie Raider, like the dwarven, one of the dwarven owners of the old Mayor Tavern in the village, dives at you, and you do that thing where you kind of your hand on her face, you kind of just no, and you shove her out of the way, Mooney, as you kind of push off of her and charge after the greasy pig, who goes blind and is now sort of running in a circle as you lunge forward and grab him. And there's unhand me. We had a deal. Unhand me, you absolute buffoon. Put me down right now. This instant, post haste, immediately, stat.
I don't know what's going on.
Wriggling in your arms, he flails back and forth. And here comes our other monster summon. And that is a 12. Wrong way. Oh, cute. So there's a moment, Mooney, where you see him shift, and he, again, you've seen them in storybooks. You've never seen one in real life, but you now know they're real. It's there for a moment. There is a small. It's probably with the size of a Labrador, like it's just a brief moment where you're holding like a lab in your hands, but it's a dragon. It is a teal and cerulean scaled dragon with long butterfly-like wings, and it recoils, and there is just this wisp of a beard kind of dripping from its lower jaw that is black and white, in the same way that the pig was black and white, and you see that its eyes are milky white, and it goes invisible as you hold it. And for the first time in your life, you have seen a fairy dragon. And it is writhing and wriggling in your hands all the while. I said down, right, sit. And he's actually going to try and bite you.
No, don't bite me.
Let's just see if he can do that. And then we're going to do an initiative roll off of this. Okay. So that's a 26, Money?
To hit?
To hit, yeah.
Yeah, my armor class is 9.
Yeah, so you take one, like he bites you.
Don't bite me.
So give me a strength saving throw to hold on to, and you take 1 piercing damage.
No, I don't want to let go. Strength saving throw.
Yeah. You're looking to beat a 10.
Do I have advantage?
You do have advantage. You have 1 left over.
1 left over. Oh, much better. 18.
Okay. Yeah, he bites his little teeth into you, and again, you can't see him, but you can feel the teeth, and you can even feel you can see the blood that trickles out from the bite wound. Give me an initiative roll.
Initiative. -1. 13.
Okay. Oh, okay. 19, 13. Okay. And then Reggie and Anim, what did you get for your attack roll, or your initiative roll? Sorry. 5.
8.
Okay. And so the Greek goes first, and then Diara.
14.
Okay. One moment. That is a 16 plus 17. Okay, so so what we're going to do is we're going to start with Anim and Reggie, and we'll deal with a round for ye, and then we'll go to Diara, and then we'll go to Mooney. Okay, So the Grick is up first, and the Grick is not happy that it is covered in sick. And it's going to lash out against you, Reggie. That's an 8 to hit.
That does not hit.
That hurt my feelings the way you did that. It covered Grick. Good name for a band, 100% Astrology. That is a phenomenal name. Gonna write that down. Gonna get that in somewhere. Sick covered Grick. Don't know if you listen to Romancing the Dungeon, but there's a band coming to a town near you. Okay, so it's that thing, Reggie. As you kind of stumble back, and you see that your hands are enveloped in these golden handcuffs. The Grick lashes out with a tentacle, and when it does, you stumble off the bench and you hit the ground with a thud, and it's a very wet, sickly thud. It is with an 8. It's you. You're up first.
Okay. I'm gonna go for it with my great axe. Disadvantage. Yeah. Okay. So that is a 17, and then that is a 15.
15 damage.
No, to hit. Sorry. Just.
I
might.
17. Yeah, 15 hits. 15
Okay.
hits. 15
Yeah.
hits.
And then damage is 14.
Okay. It's that thing of and you have to roll onto your front to get the axe into your hands, and with kind of holding it, you swing out at the Grick, and it's just a slap against, like, its tentacles have opened up, and you do see this sort of sharp beak kind of just snapping, and this just mucus dripping from it, as the tentacles with these long sharp blades at the end sort of swipe in every direction. You catch it right into the side of the head, and you take one of the tentacles off, and it writhes in pain as you do so. Any bonus actions?
I'm gonna go large.
Okay.
So if I hit again, I get an extra 1d6, but I did it afterwards. So yeah. Yep.
Okay. And Annam.
I look at Reggie and immediately I cry out, Mooney was correct. There's no end to the clown familiars. They're great in number.
So many clowns.
And I'll begin to rage, and I don't know if there's a crowd, if there's onlookers. I don't imagine some of them haven't seen. As Annam steps forward, it looks like he takes a big breath in, and his chest grows, but then he just keeps growing until the air just fills his whole body, and suddenly he's twice the size. This horrible popping, cracking cacophony. And as he reaches the Grick, he just takes the great axe and swings it.
Yep. Make your attack roll.
5.
5 misses. Now you also have one advantage left over.
My second attack was a 10, so I'll use the advantage on it.
As both those would miss. Yeah,
18.
18 hits. It does.
Right. 40 grand total of, I can count, 11 plus 27 damage.
Okay, so how does this thing die?
Exactly the same as the other thing. I just
Okay.
The classic 1-2 combo, across and down.
Okay.
And I'm shimming vomit just goes everywhere. Just I'm covered. Reggie's covered. The onlookers. There was a splash zone in the first row.
Yeah, I think it's more a case of, as you swing out with your great axe, it's the force at which you hit it with Annam. It just bursts. Like a thing just bursts. And when it does, there is a splash of gunk and mucus and blood and guts, You're covered. Reggie's covered. The half-orc chef and his assistant are covered. People in the front row are covered. They're cheering at this, and where it was standing for the briefest of moments, you now see Madame Seraphine kind of standing there, and again between her fingers she holds a gold coin, and she kind of offers it to you, Regiment.
Just to be clear, is he aware of the box that?
Yes, there's a floating box next to you, and you are handcuffed.
And I know that it needs 5 gold coins.
Yes, and she's giving you 1.
And I already have one from the pie. No, this is
this is the one from the pie.
Okay. Adam, I need 4 gold coins.
I have 1 gold coin.
I will accept.
What? No, I'm not giving.
Why not? I've got, and it's just, I need 5, and otherwise.
But Mooney and I need this for poodles.
How much are poodles?
I don't know. Perhaps there is a special circus price. Maybe if we get enough coins, we get a bigger dog.
How about we buy the poodle, and then we figure out how much we've left and we put it in the box. All right, okay. All right. But in the meantime, Reggie's going to put his 1 gold coin in to get him a little bit of the way there.
You see, Seraphine, because she's been standing there the entire time, listening to the two of you, and her face kind of contorts from interested to upset to baffled. And she watches as you take the coin, and you are like you slot it, and she's going to say something. She's about to say something. Yeah, sorry, Richard.
I just want everyone to remember that both Reggie and Adam are like twice the normal size. That feels important for the mental image.
She watches as you do this, Richard. With no again, you see her she's the words come up and she's about to say something, and she stops herself, and she vanishes. She just vanishes, and the box vanishes, as do the cuffs.
Do I lose my gold coin?
There's no gold coin. And your distaste for poultry is gone.
Oh.
And you have had all the benefits of a long rest.
All right. Excellent.
And you go up a level.
Confirm long rest. Okay. This is very exciting. Who do I thank for this? All right, nice.
You won the pie eating contest.
What were in those pies?
The owlbear lunges up, it literally, it just within 3 movements, it's up on the stage. Within 3 steps forward, it is up and on you as it takes a swipe with one of its claws, and that's a nat 1. So you, it swipes, and it falls. It steps in some of the rotting vegetables on the stage, slips, and it's one paw goes out in under the other as it falls, and it hits its head on the stage. You have a free attack on it.
She's going to cast Vicious Mockery and say, "You need to do better than that if you're going to upstage me." So Wisdom save of 13.
Now, does it have to understand you for that to happen?
If the target can hear you, though, it need not understand you.
Fair enough. Okay. It makes a Wisdom save, which, it being. Oh, it's got +1. That is a 9, so it fails that.
So that is a 10.
It takes 10 damage.
2d4.
Sorry.
No, that's.
I was like, that
wrong.
would be maximum 8.
I had, because I was going to do something else, and then you were like, it lunges at you. I was like, oh no. Sorry, 2d4. So that's 2 and 3, 5.
Okay. And now your actual action.
Is going to be. Where is it? I'm going to cast Darkness on it. And then if I want to jump off the stage,
Yeah, you can.
technically into Bernard's arms.
Yeah, you can do that.
So does it just happen? Yeah. 15-foot radius. So I'm going to cast Darkness on it, so it can't see anyone.
Yeah, I would say so. It can't attack you as you jump off the stage.
Yeah, and then I'm going to just point at Bernard and say, "You better catch me," and run and jump off the stage.
So I also, sorry, I'd like to point out that I do have a disadvantage that I was given,
You
and I
used
feel that
it.
this, I feel this is, unless you feel it there, but I feel like this is an appropriate time for Bernard to fail, with a +2, but has a +2 to his strength. That is a 19 + 2 is a 21, or a 14.
Okay.
So either it's that thing of on a 14, his arms go out and he grabs you, but it's like, and like he has definitely thrown his back out, not because of you, but just because of the way he caught you.
Okay.
And he's just beaming into your face. He's just so happy.
Amazing. Okay, and then she's gonna kind of gesture at the crowd and be like, "Let's go," and run away.
The owlbear isn't gonna give up. So it is going to use its movement out of the darkness, see you, and then it's going to come running after you with its claw and beak. Well, actually, Bernard rather. And that's a 16, which is definitely going to hit Bernard.
Oh no.
And that's 2d8 plus 5 is 14. And Bernard is down.
For God's
on a
Oh, you killed Bernard.
on a 19. Bernard is.
This was canon, right?
The owlbear literally just it leaps off the stage, and where it jumps from, this part of the stage breaks and collapses as it leaps, and it swipes at Bernard, who just kind of looks down to you as the claws hit his back, and he just Dara, and he vanishes, and you hit the ground, Dara. It is your action.
She's gonna hellish rebuke it, because even though he didn't hit her, it hit it. So, dex save, please.
How are you hellish rebuking?
Because I can just cast it as a second level as well.
Okay. Dex save. Okay. Is a 12 plus 1 is 13.
I think you still have to take half. So that's 11. So 5. Fire damage.
Okay. And bonus action?
Well, he's down. Is there anyone else in our combat?
No, it's just you and the owlbear.
Okay, then no.
Okay. Owlbear's turn. And that's a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And a 22 to hit. So 8 on the beak attack. And then 12 on the claws.
I am squishy.
Yeah, it as you turn and kind of scramble onto your feet there, and flames just erupt around it. Backing off, it swipes at you. Its claws connect and cut. Where it does, where there should be pain, where there should be blood, where there should be flesh ripped, it swipes through you, and it feels as if it's torn air, as if you're not there. You feel it, but there's no damage. It's your action. For the record, Anam and Reggie, from your height and distance, you can see the crowd running like frantically away from the stage area where you half saw Diara running towards.
She is going to. So it's just the owlbear and the stage that I'm looking at. Yeah, she's just going to cast Shatter at it. So it's a con save, please.
Okay.
13.
That is 16 plus 1, 17.
What the fuck? Okay, well, 17
Oh, sorry,
halved.
Wait. No, sorry. Okay. I thought it was a 16, but it was an 8. As in, I don't know if it was on a 16 and I knocked it or it rolled. But when I looked back, because I was like, oh, I have a +3. It's an 8. +3 gives it an 11, which means it failed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, it's a.
But if you really want, I can just roll.
No. 17 damage.
17 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And bonus action.
I don't think I can do anything else. I just have Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. It is Anam and Reggie. What are you doing?
Running towards the stage with an angry shout with his great axe over his head.
Okay. Covered in gravy and thick.
There is
Terrifying.
nothing new there. Yep.
No, there actually really isn't.
Absolutely.
Actually, to be fair.
Horrifying.
When we first become aware that there's something happening, I turn to Reggie and I'm like, I bet you my gold this is movie.
You reckon? Okay. I bet you I could beat you there.
Sorry, can I just want to clarify. You were making a bet with your gold. As in the gold money, gold copper pieces you have on you, or the gold coin that you received from...
The one I won that Reggie wanted.
Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
The two of you tear off in that direction. And it is that thing, as you part ways, you do see Diara face to face with an owlbear, Reggie and Anam. And it's that thing where it hits you that, oh, the bet, the gold. It was heavy in your pocket, Anam, now it's not. And Reggie, in your hand, you have a gold coin.
Nice.
Give me initiative rolls, please.
10.
6.
Okay. Which means on the next round, so it's going to be the owlbear, Diara, Reggie, and then Anam. And owlbear is going to go again. Diara at you, and that is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And another 19 to hit, so both hit again. That is... That is a 6 on the first. And a 9 on the second.
I am down.
Yeah, again, it's that thing of it bears itself down on top of you. And like as it buries its beak into you, everything goes really, really, really weird for you. You feel the pain, but it's not. I mean, you've been in fights before. You've fought monsters before. You've been scratched and stabbed and shot at before. You've been electrocuted. You don't feel it's a different kind of pain, and as you collapse from it, Reggie, it is your action.
Yeah, he's gonna charge at it with his great axe. Oh, nice. It's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And then damage is 16.
Okay.
And am I still big?
Yes. Yeah.
So then an extra 1d6 damage. Let me roll that. Once I hit with 6. Yeah. So that's, yeah. And
okay. Bonus action.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. You watch as it bears itself down on top of Diara, who passes out, but you don't see any obvious cuts or wounds on her. And as the thing rips back up and looks at you, you see Diara vanish. And Reggie, you just, without anything else to do or think in that moment, you swing and slap the owlbear with your great axe. You catch it right into its left shoulder, and you feel the great axe bury deep into it. Anam, it is your action. The owlbear is looking like shite.
I'm just going to run up beside Reggie and copy his technique.
Okay.
Other shoulder.
I'm absolutely fuming that they're going to get the credit for this.
19. You softened it up. That's what I remember seeing.
What 19 to hit was it? Yep. 19 will hit.
Oh. And a 16 to hit.
Yep, both of those hit.
Cool. 11 plus 9, which is 20 plus. I'm so good at maths. 52 damage total. Great weapon mastery.
So
stupid.
it's dead. How does this one die?
I can just imagine is that Anna was just like hunched over and he has like his hand over the great axe, and for some whatever reason he does the with like a katana. And it just like
Makes the sound himself with his mouth.
it just slides down.
I'm just killing clown familiars. This is what I thought I came here to do.
Yeah, it bursts. Like Reggie, your axe actually falls like where it stood. There's no blood, there's no body, there's no stains of where it was at all. But when it does, the stage that was behind it is gone as well. In fact, both of you standing there, you start to see that lots of the stage, lots of the tents, lots of the other things are gone. In fact, there's very few people around. There's very few people left here. There's still a couple of tents, and you can see some in the distance, and you see Mooney standing in a field, and there's people around cheering and clapping. Most people seem completely oblivious to the fact that the circus tents that just seemed to have appeared earlier in the evening have now begun to vanish. Madame Seraphine kind of appears between the pair of you again. In the palm of her hand, she holds a gold coin.
Between me and Adam.
Yeah. Neither of you can claim this. After all, you didn't win.
What do you mean we killed all the clowns?
I am beginning to understand why he feels the way he feels. As a token, return the coin you won, Redmond.
I put it in the box.
The one you won from Annam.
Ah.
For 2, I will give you back Diara.
He hesitates for a minute. And then goes, yeah, okay. And hands over the gold coin.
She takes both and she puts them back into the bag at her hip. And there's a clinking sound. And again, she whistles a sharp sound, vanishes, and where she was stands Diara.
What happened?
We saved you. Well, yeah, no, we equally saved you.
The clowns took you.
What?
Yeah, but
Does she have any knowledge of where she
You
went?
didn't exist.
All
You
right.
were there, the owl bear attacked you, you were gone, and that was it. And now you're standing here again.
That was so weird.
Mooney. Again, Redmond, Annam, and Dara, you still see that there is this section of the circus, this spectacular Solstice circus still happening, and there are people still kind of gathered around it. And Mooney, you are standing in the field with a young fairy dragon having bitten into your arm.
And that was the hare that turned into the dog, that turned into the pig. Was it the same pig that Maisie had?
The Rayner sisters were going for a pink pig.
Yes, with the black and white.
Oh, the black.
Does it look like Maisie's pig? Does it
It
sound like
does.
Maisie's pig?
Yes.
And
it does.
it turned into the dragon,
Yes.
but it's still speaking.
Yes.
Okay. Am I an initiative?
Yes, we are. And did you roll the 19 or did I roll the 19?
I can't remember.
I had a 19. I have a 19 and a 13 written down. I think no, it rolled the 19. Sorry, yes, because it actually has quite a high
No.
dex. Well, it's bitten, so that's it. Two. That's kind of the next thing that it would do. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. I'm good at those. Oh, dirty 20.
Oh, okay. That's fine. There is a strong smell of pine needles, the first morning of winter, cinnamon, and springtime. Mooney, that just sort of engulfs you. This euphoric smell rushes around you as it tried to use its euphoria breath. You inhale it, but you're able to shake it off. It is your action. Again, it's still bitten into you, and it's kind of writhing in the way that a small dog would to try and let you get off, and it's kind of muttering under its breath.
Minnie is going to. She's not going to attack it. She is going to cast Mage Hand, and she's going to use the Mage Hand to help her open up her tote bag. And she's going to jam her arm inside it and try and restrain the little dragon in there. Meanwhile, she's just gonna say, "You're Maisie's pig. You're Brassica, aren't you? I remember you, Lord Brassica of the Beyond Wilds. You stop
Um,
biting me."
it's writhing in the bag, like it's struggling to try and get away in the way that like a wild animal will try and get out. Noni?
Yeah.
I don't ask you for a lot
You don't ask me for anything.
anymore. Well,
We only met once when you kidnapped that wee girl.
you don't know me, do you?
Ah, I know.
Oh, that makes
I know
yeah,
your
that
type.
makes perfect sense.
What?
That's exactly
What?
that's exactly what they would do. Yeah. Noni,
What?
you need to put the bag down. Let me out of the
No,
bag.
because then you'll
I-
run away again. I
Precisely.
don't want you to.
I do not want to encounter her.
What do you mean, her? Dyra's not that bad when you get to know her.
I have suffered Diara for many years. I've actually grown to like her singing
We
voice.
haven't. You met her like once.
I don't wish to harm you, Moni.
You already bit me. You're still biting me, actually. I just wanted to talk to you.
And I just want you to listen to me.
Alright, I'm really bad at that though.
I'm not supposed to be here. And if Seraphine sees me, I won't be here.
What do you mean?
Let me out of the bag now.
Minnie takes the bag. She just like dumps him out gently.
Moni,
Yeah,
don't trust them.
I have no idea what's going on.
You never did. And he runs. And as he blinks, you actually his form changes multiple times from the fairy dragon into a little pig, into a cat, into a small little kid goat, until you just see him sort of throw himself into a of wild brush at the end of Murphy's Field, and you just see a small little badger's bum and legs squirming to squeeze through the briars.
I don't like backstories.
And as you kind of stand, look, you see that most of the carnival has gone, and some way behind you, you see standing in the middle of the field, Regiment, Diara, and Adam.
And he squints her eyes. She remembers the pig saying, "Don't trust them." She gets her little bag and she sadly makes her way over to your family.
As you
Did you win?
No. Remember is Seraphina around?
as you kind of look around the field, and all you see in the distance is the barn and the outhouses of the Murphy's farm and their home. There's no sign of the carnival having ever been here. There's no footprints in the wet, mucky field. But as you scan, there is just sort of crossing the field as if to leave. You see the figure of a woman wearing a long plum red wine gown, pulling up a hood as she makes her way to the gate and the wall.
But not towards us.
No, she's leaving.
How many clowns did you kill?
We equally and together killed 3 clowns.
3. We needed 18 for a dog.
We didn't even get any gold. We had to give it back because Diara ceased to exist for a little while.
Why'd you go and do that, Diara? Why are you ceasing to exist?
I know.
I didn't do it on purpose. There was
Why
an
was there
owl
an owl
there.
there?
Clowns.
Oh, you think it was an actual owl bear or like 5 clowns in like an owl bear costume?
Oh, well, in which case, then
Oh, no.
maybe we did kill more
See,
than
it's-
3,
That
right?
would be
Is there-
8.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, 10 more next year. Do you think it carries over the next year?
Wait.
Like some sort of like loyalty scheme?
No, I bet it resets. They're crafty, you know.
Well, it's probably
Did you
what
guys-
the coin is for.
Did you guys buy Bernie back
No.
too? Oh well.
Well, I saw the pig again. Remember the pig from like a couple of months or years times? A weird concept. Remember the pig? Birdie. Well, not
Your
my
pig?
pig. Maisie's pig. The one she ran
Yeah.
off with.
In the forest.
I saw him again.
Yeah.
He bit me.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
It was a weird place, wasn't it? That carnival.
He was letting on as if, you know, he was in mad danger. Like, I wanted to bring him home and, like, interrogate him a wee bit and maybe sort of become friends, like, in those books I read, but, you know, less, you know, never mind. But, no, he told me to let him go and not to trust someone. Them.
Who?
I don't know, maybe yous.
Not to trust us.
I don't know,
Why
I
would
just
you not
said don't
trust
trust
us?
them.
I did really hate.
Do you think he meant the
It's
clowns?
the clowns.
I definitely think he meant the clowns.
Maybe he knew. That's why he was here, to like kill some clowns to get his own poodle. I don't know, I just feel kind of sad.
Yeah, I really hated chickens there for a while.
What's wrong with chickens?
Dunno. They're grand now.
Aye.
What do you guys think of these fangs?
Ah, yeah, they're class.
I thought you always had them.
And now I will.
With the
If we do get the dog,
with the
what will we name it?
Can I do one more thing?
Is it named a dog?
I'm going to cast Major Image and make a poodle appear. Dog was inside us the whole time.
uh
Gotta pet that
Uh,
dog.
Goodness.
yeah, Mooney, you concentrate on the image of a poodle, and it appears, and it runs around the field a little bit, and as the 4 of you stand there, just sort of like reflecting on the weirdness of the day. The woman in the gown and the cloak just sort of, having pulled it up over her head, walks to the edge of the field, looks back, and she vanishes, and all that remains of her is a whistle on the wind. And she places a single gold coin on top of the post of a gate. And we move away from Murphy's Field. We move away from the village of Canuck and the island of Inishdarg into a place between and beyond. And her voice carries into a void. I have been, I have seen. They will be there forever. Fate cannot be unwritten. And the years go by. And we find the 4 of you set to retrieve 3 recruits who had undertaken a task to stop some Knoll raiders attacking farms, stealing and robbing. And as the four of you clamber down into the deep, dark hole in under the rushing river. From atop the bridge sits a small little badger, a gold coin tied around his neck. And he just lets out a little whistle. And we will leave the episode there. That was the Solstice Spectacle. And I have been Declan, your Dungeon Master. I've been joined this evening by Emma, Eilish, Kat, and Richard, respectively as Redmond, Diara, Mooney, and Annam. This was a charity stream. And thank you so much to everybody who joined us this evening, who donated. One stream down, 3 to go, and we've already raised €200. So that was phenomenal. And thank you so much to everybody who spent the evening with us, who donated, who shared the link. It is an absolute blast. And again, all proceeds are going directly to the Irish Cancer Society and their Heroes from Home campaign. Coming up for the rest of the week, tomorrow night, Amber from Romancing the Dungeon will be DMing a game of Himbos of Myth and Metal, where 3 Himbos will be gathering together to put their gorgeous powers of lips, thighs, breasts, and can't remember what the 4th stat is, to thwart evil. All while looking amazingly good and wholesome doing it. On Wednesday evening, I'm back as DM, and I will be running My Cute Monster, where 4 players will be dealing with a monster hunter in the world of Romancing the Dungeon, as 2 children have come across 2 amazing, special, and unique monsters, formed friendships that they now want to protect from the world and the grasps of a tyrannical monster hunter who will stop at nothing to separate them to make a name for himself. And on Thursday evening, Ben and Declan on a roll. Again, Ben from Homebrew Quest and I will be back talking about tabletop role-playing games. This week, we are focusing on folklore and its impact in your game, and how you can take aspects from the world around you and the stories around you and weave them into your stories, your characters, and even your world. We have an interview with Neil from Fey Earth talking about their ongoing Kickstarter, and there will be, again, tomorrow night and Wednesday night, there will be a chance to alter the games, give aid or hinder. And on Thursday night, Ben and I have agreed to put together special packs of content that he and I have created that you will be able to get your hands on Thursday. So if you'd like to get some homebrewed content, subclasses, items, monsters, you name it, they'll all be available to you on Thursday night as well. So without further delay, I just want to very quickly mention who we are, where you can find us. That is Casper, my foster kitty, who's making himself known. He's taking over his stream next. But we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts who just love telling stories and sharing them with the world. And you can find us everywhere online at D8 Dungeon. And hopefully we will see you back for more of our shenanigans here tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night, because this is a week of charity streams, and we want to raise €1,000 for the Irish Cancer Society. So spread the word, and hopefully we will see you very, very soon. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.